Holly wrote in saying, hey, when it comes to fake news stories, is it the fault of journalists for spreading it, or is it the fault of the public for believing it? I don't think there's a simple answer to this question. I think there are a couple things going on. Number one, media literacy is embarrassingly bad in this country. And I go and I'll speak at high schools and colleges about media literacy and understanding at least the putative difference between opinion journalism and news journalism and what it claims to be, and how our analyses of bias or truth would be different depending on whether we are supposedly interpreting an opinion or a news report from something like Reuters or the Associated Press. So low media literacy and the social media echo chamber confirmation bias desires could be areas in which we say the public has some responsibility for determining what is real and what is fake news, particularly when we have a First Amendment. And you can't just make it illegal to say you can't publish, quote, fake news, because who determines whether something is real or fake? That's number one. Number two, though, there is no doubt that many, I don't even really call them journalists, I call them, I guess they're entrepreneurs, that's really the term, have made a ton of money perfecting and growing deliberately fake news media outlets. I've read a lot about them. There's some really good investigations that have been done, a lot of really good articles that have been published about this. You can't say that the publisher of fake news has no responsibility at all for fake news being out there. I mean, they're the ones putting it out there after all.
Yeah, so I think there's three entities here. There's the journalists themselves, there's the platforms where their news is going on, and then there's the users that are taking it in. That first step there, the journalists, I mean, most of the time they're deliberately putting out this fake news. So of course they're not going to take the responsibility on themselves and, counteract what they're already doing. That's what they're out to do. And then there's the platforms like Facebook and Twitter, and we have seen them start to crack down on fake news.
Yeah.
But
although it's been risky for them from a PR perspective.
Definitely, yeah. And it's tough to do, too, because, I mean, do you have a strike policy? If someone inaccurately tweets out something, retweets out something, are you just going to shut them down permanently? I mean, that's kind of irresponsible.
How do you say something is fake news? I mean, there's one approach, which is if there are websites that are generally known for parroting unsourced stories, we're no longer going to make a call about individual articles. We're just going to say, posts from X website are not allowed. That's one way. But then if you're going to take it on an article by article basis, if an article has 90% accurate facts and ends with an incorrect conclusion, is that fake news? I don't know. I'm not sure where the line is.
I mean, sometimes it's just very clear. I saw on Facebook this idea that if Donald Trump was ever going to run for president, he would run as a Republican, because those voters are so easy to convince. This was a quote attributed to him. And then after the election, there was this thing being spread that Harambe got some 40,000 votes. Clearly not true. So when they're making these quotes and statistics that you can just kind of disprove easily, that's obviously fake news.
I think the risk is anytime someone becomes the arbiter of what is real or what is fake, you are going to have to make some calls that come down to political opinion. And that's where I think it gets very, very, very risky. No matter whose fault it is, if news consumers were significantly more media literate, there would be far less of a market for fake news. So I think that maybe we can't control, unless you want to change the First Amendment, purveyors of fake news. What you can control is your own media literacy and your ability to discern real and fake news. And I think as an individual, that's the most important thing you can do. It's going to be hard to shut down fake news as an individual. Much easier to get educated about how you should be an interpreter of the news that you get. That's where I'd focus my efforts.
Yeah, a lot of this comes down to just personal responsibility, checking your sources. I mean, decades ago, you'd be able to watch network television or get your local paper and be able to trust what they have to say. But now with all these different media outlets that you have to choose between, some of them conspiracy websites, some of them far right, far left, you really have to check your source and dig into what they're saying.
And people are busy, right? Are you going to source, watch, check every single thing you read? I mean, that would be great, but people are busy if they read stuff off their social media feeds. On the bonus show today, 3 great stories. I'm out of time, so I won't even tell you what they are, but they'll be really good, I can assure you. DavidPakman.com/donate to check out the campaign. DavidPakman.com/membership to sign up for membership. Coupon code IVoted17.